So sequence is an infinite list of numbers. So that is what sequence is. So sequence is an infinite list of numbers. It has infinite numbers. And how do we write these numbers? These numbers are written as A1, A2, A3, and then so on. And these three dot means that the list continues forever. So whenever you have these three dots, it means continuous forever. Okay, so let me give you a very simple example of sequence. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and so on. Now obviously the first term will be A1, second will be A2, third will be A3, fourth will be A4, and this is the fifth, so it will be A5. So this is how we write. Now we can see a pattern in the sequence displayed. So can we write a formula? Can we see a pattern? You can all see that these are multiples of 5, isn't it? We can recognize this pattern quite easily. So students, an, how can we write an? An equals to, tell me.
A plus and
A
minus
plus
1
and
into
minus
D.
1D.
Okay, fine, good. But in a very simple way, I am asking you to write the formula. Okay, formula for this sequence.
Into A into Rn minus 1.
Okay, can you write it in a very simple way, like this is 5 multiplied 2, this is 5 multiplied 3, this is 5 multiplied 4, this is 5 multiplied 5, this is 5 multiplied 1. So what can be the formula?
Sir, A multiply Rn minus 1.
Can it be, see, 5 is there, in 5 is there, yes, so 5, then multiply sign is there, and then 1 2 3 4 5 and so on. So we can write n here for, because for first term it's 1, for second term it's 2, for third term it's 3, fourth term it's 4, fifth term it's 5. So for nth term, so this 5 will be there, definitely multiply will be there, and this the n will be there from here. So isn't it? So an will be. See, students, maths is all about writing the things in systematic way, recognizing the patterns, and then how to write them. So can we write the formula like this? An equals to 5n. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now one more formula that you are talking about, that formula is recursive formula. That if we know the previous term, how can we find the next term? So that, suppose this is the previous term, and you can find the next term by adding 5 to it. Yes, agree students? This formula, recursive formula, an is equals to, this is your previous term, plus 5. Means the term here, the term was 5 into n minus 1, that was your an minus 1 term. Is it fine? Please Keep on,
Yes, sir.
yes, please keep on
Yes, sir.
writing. Yes, please keep on writing whatever we are writing. Please keep on writing. Keep on making notes. There will be no homework. Okay, whatever we will be doing, we'll be doing it in the class only. Okay. So this was my formula. An is equals to 5n. We can write any term. And this is my recursive formula. Okay. So how can I find the next term with the help of the previous term? So what are the values of n here? So n equals to 1, 2, 3 and so on. Is it okay, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
good.
sir.
Good. So write with complete understanding, with complete logic and understanding. We are not in any hurry. Okay. Now, if we want to write the definition, this was our general understanding, but I want to write definition of sequence. So what's the definition of a sequence? See, a sequence, like you can directly write in your notebook like I am dictating, okay? sequence. A sequence is a function. It's a function f, okay? Like students, you have done the polynomial functions. Px is equals to x square plus 3x plus 4, something like this. Do you remember? In class 9, 10, yes. We have done these kind of polynomial functions, yes. Okay. So means the value of the p of x depends on x, right? So let me tell you this x, whatever the possible values of x that we put here, we call them domain. What do we call them, students? Domain. And whatever the values that we are getting here, what you are getting here, so x is the domain, okay? And what do you get here? P of x, that this is p of x, and p of x is your range. Okay, these are new terms for you, okay? Function, domain, range. Is this okay, students? So you have three terms, new terms. One is function, second is domain. Domain are all the possible values of x for which this p of x, this function is defined. And range is all the possible values of p of x that we get after putting this value of domain. So simple thing, x is domain and p of x is range. Like we draw them on the graph, if you like to plot these points. So this is x, and this is y. So this y is nothing but p of x. Got it, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good. So students,
Sir,
yes.
sir, what is the function mean in this equation?
Good question. See, beta, function is just like I have the function f, so it is function p. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Like p of x is what is this function? This is function p. But the general word that we use for the function is f. So there can be function p, there can be function q also. You have done this kind of polynomial, 3x cubed plus 4x minus 7. So this is also another function. This is another polynomial function. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is function q of x. This is function q. This is function p. So function f means f of x. Okay. We write it as
Okay, sir.
okay, as general term. Now, what is sequence? Sequence is a function whose domain is set of natural numbers. So students, set of natural numbers we denote with capital N. So what is capital N means? Set of
natural numbers.
Yes, so capital N means, this is another new thing for you, set. So we write set like this is capital N, set of natural numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4 and so on, and then 3 dots and then complete this bracket. This is how we write set. Okay, so instead of, so you have three ways to write it. First is you will be writing set of all natural numbers. Second thing is you are writing capital N, and third thing is you are writing in the curly brackets 1, 2, 3, 4, this. So you have these three ways to say a particular thing. So students, in maths we have our mathematical language, and we would like to use more and more symbols to say what we want to say, mathematical language. So here capital N means this, set of all natural numbers, like this. Got it, students? So domain,
Yes, sir.
yes, domain is N. Okay, means you put the natural numbers one by one in the function. So the terms of the sequence. So what is a sequence? Definition. This is the definition of a sequence. The sequence, what is a sequence? Sequence is a function f whose domain is N. And now the terms of the sequence are the function values. We also call them range of the function. These function values, what do we call them? These function values, we call them range. Okay. So how do we write these terms? So the terms can be written as f of 1, comma f of 2, comma f of 3, comma, then 3 dots, then comma, and then f of n, and then comma, and then 3 dots, because you know that sequence has infinite terms. Okay, so that's a standard way of writing the definition of sequence. Now the terms of sequence can further be written as a1, a2, a3, comma, an, and then comma. So the first term, this is the first term of the sequence a1, Now this is the second term, A2. So A3 is the third term, and then in general AN is nth term of the sequence. So let us write one more sequence. The sequence can be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. So you can see that we can write a sequence in this way when it is clear what the subsequent terms of the sequence are. And this sequence consists of even numbers, you can see all multiples of 2, and to be more accurate, however, we can specify procedure also for finding all the terms of the sequence. So what's that procedure? So we call that we can tell the procedure by giving a formula for the nth term. So formula for nth term which is your an of the sequence, formula for the nth term which is an of the sequence is an equals to, yes, tell me students, what will be an will be equals to
A plus n minus 1
A
d.
plus n minus 1 into d.
Okay, see that's the recursive formula. The main formula for the nth term will be 2n, isn't it? This is 2 multiply 1, this is 2 multiply 2, this is 2 multiply 3, this is 2 multiply 4, this is 2 multiply 5. This is first term A1, this is A2, this is A3, this is A4, this is A5. So here I will have an. So see, 2 is there in all the terms, that is fixed. So 2 is fixed. Same as we done multiples of 5. Now this 1, now this 2. So they are all, we have written that this domain is set of all natural numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are putting n equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what is this n? This n belongs to set of natural numbers. So student, this is how, this is one more thing, how you are writing. This is this symbol. This is a Greek symbol. This is epsilon, and it means belongs to. This symbol means belongs to. So this is your set. So this n I am writing here. So this n belongs to set of natural numbers. Means n is a natural number. Okay, and we call this n as element of set, element of this set n. Okay. These are very simple terms, but as you are studying it for the first time, they might look new to you, but when we will be using and repeating these again and again, it will look very simpler for you students. And now as recursive formula, you can write an minus 1 plus 2. So that's your recursive formula, right? So when I will be asking you what is the formula for the nth term, you will tell this formula. This is the formula for the nth term. An equals to 2 into n, and I told you how you have found this formula. right? So n is from here.
Sir,
Yes.
but this formula is only used when there is multiples.
Absolutely. Right now we are focusing only these simple questions, right?
Okay, sir.
We will move ahead step by step, don't worry. Okay. Written it down, students.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now we have another way also to write this, and we can write this as function an is equals to 2n, and you can see that a1 is equals to 2 into 1, that's equals to 2, and a2 is equals to 2 into, put n is equals to 2, so you'll get 2 into 2, that is 4, and you put n is equal to 3, so that's 2 into 3, that's 6, and so on. Now, what is the advantage of this formula? So suppose, or this formula, an equals to 2n, so that both are the same ways to write this or this. You can write it any way. Now I want to find the 103rd term of the sequence. So students, find out, tell me 103rd term of the sequence. A103 will be equals to, so put n is equals to 103 at both the places. What do you get?
206.
206.
Very good. So 2 into 103, that is 206. Okay. Now I'm giving you some simple questions. So you have to find the first 5 terms. This is your question. Find the first 5 terms and 100th term, okay, and 100th term of the sequence. Of the sequence defined by formulas. So what are these formulas? Like a part of the question. For if the formula is an, then tell the first 5 terms and the 100th term. Second is we can write it with c also. Cn is equals to n square minus 1. Third part is it can be tn also. Tn is equals to n upon n plus 1. And then d part, Rn is equals to minus 1 raised to the power n divided by 2 raised to the power n. Okay. So you have to find the first 5 terms as well as 100th term also. Okay. Okay. So what are the first 5 terms? So student, I am telling that this is one of the way to write, see, even number. What was the way to write even number? Yes, 2n, right? This is how we write even number, okay? And this is how we write odd number, because You multiply any number with 2, you will get even number. Now we have got the even number. This is your even number 2n. And subtract 1 from the even number. What do you get? You get odd number. So this is how we write odd number. 2n minus 1 is your odd number. Is this clear, students? So in maths, that's how we write even number and odd number. So even number 2n and odd number 2n minus 1. Is this clear? So any number of the form 2 into anything will be an even number. Any number in the form even number minus 1, that it will be odd number. So put n is equals to 1, n is equals to 2, n is equal to 3, n is equal to 4, n is equal to 5, and then n is equal to 100. Okay? So what are the first 5 terms that you get, students?
Sir, 1, 2,
Sir, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay? So these are the first 5 terms. And what is your 100th term? 100.
Sir, 199.
199.
199. So that's your 100th odd number. So students, note it down. What is your first odd number? So this is the formula to find odd number and even number. Okay? So let us write for the even number also. What will be the 100th term for the even number? So yes. So 2n is your even number. So what is the 100th term here? It will be
200.
200. Yes.
200.
So 2 and 200. So students, now I am asking you, tell me 500th odd and even number. What I am asking you, find 500th odd number and even number. So tell me, what is 500th odd and even number? Always remember, don't find odd number directly. You have to find even number first. Always. So how will you find the even number? 500th even number. So 500 multiply by 2.
1000.
1000.
1000 is your even number. Now subtract 1
And
from
odd
it.
number 999.
Yes.
999.
Yes.
999.
See, this is the thing that you remember. You need to remember throughout your lives how I have told you to find the odd number and even number. So first you will always be finding even number first and then subtracting 1 from it to get the odd number. Is this clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And I'm telling you one more thing about the addition of odd numbers. Add first odd number 1 square, sum of first 2 odd numbers 2 square, sum of first 3 odd numbers you will get 3 square, that is 9. Sum of first odd number first 4 odd numbers you will get 4 square, that is 16, and so on. So sum of first suppose n odd numbers 2n minus 1. So what will be the sum? The sum will be, what is the sum, students?
2n minus 1 whole square.
See, okay, see, is this 1 plus 3 plus 7 here, students? I have wrongly written for, see, let us recall it. 1 square, 1 plus 3 is 2 square, 2 odd numbers. Here you are adding 3 odd numbers. Let me write it again. So 1 equals to 1 square. Now you are adding 2 odd numbers, 2 square. You are adding 3 odd numbers, 3 square. You are adding 4 odd numbers, first 4 odd numbers, 4 square. Now if you will be adding n odd square, so this is your nth odd square, isn't it? So what do you get here, students? Okay, sorry. So I should not write here square, okay? Yes, so 7 instead of 7 I have written it here. So 7 was fourth odd number, so 4 into 2 8 minus 1 is 7, right? Now this is another odd number, so what will come here? Yes.
Sir, n square.
Yes, good. So n square. Yes. So sum of n odd numbers, sum of n odd numbers is your n square. Is this okay, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now let us go back to our question. So now what is the first 5 terms of this sequence Cn, which is n square minus 1? So put n is equal to 1. So 1 square minus 1, what do you get?
0.
0. Now put n equals to 2.
3.
3. Next
8.
8. Then 15. Then
24.
so these are
24.
the first 5 terms of this sequence. Now what is the 100th term, students?
9,999.
Yes, 9,999, because put 100 square minus 1. So 100 square means 10,000. 10,000 minus 1 is this. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Now next question, Tn. So what is the first term of this sequence? Put n equals to 1.
1 by 2.
1 by 2. Next
2 by 3.
2 by 3.
Next
3 by 4.
3 by 4.
3 by 4, absolutely. Next
4 by
4 by
5.
5.
4 by 5, very good.
5
by
by
6.
6.
5 by 6. So these are the first 5 terms. Now what is the 100th term, students?
100 upon 101.
100 upon 101.
Yes, absolutely, good. Now next part, Rn is equals to minus 1 raised to power n upon 2 raised to power n. So what is the first term? Put n equals to 1.
Minus 1 by 2.
Minus 1 by 2. Yes. Next term.
1 by 4.
So plus, so power, if the power of n is even, you will get plus 1, right? So 1
Yes,
by
sir.
4.
4.
Okay, good. Next term.
Minus 1 by 8.
Okay, minus 1 by 8. Next term. Yes, Mehak.
1 by 16.
Okay.
Minus 1 by 32.
Minus 1 by 32. So these are the first 5 terms of the sequence Rn. What will be the 100th term? So if it is even, if n is even, so what do we get here?
1.
Plus 1. Okay. So plus symbol. Now 2 raised to the power 100. Now it's difficult for you to find out. So what you can do? You can simply write 2 raised to power 100.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So as simple as that. तो जब भी मैथ्स में आप जहाँ भी आपको लगे कि ये कैलकुलेशंस टफ हैं, नहीं हो रही हैं, तो इस तरीके से आप छोड़ दें. So that is the correct answer. Okay, students. Shall we move forward now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you can see that in this last term we are making the alternate terms negative and positive. So how can we make the alternate terms negative and positive?
By
Yes.
making the power odd and even.
Yes. So you will definitely find minus 1 raised to the power n in these kind of sequences. You will find a presence of minus 1 raised to the power n in the sequence, and its effect will be making the successive terms alternately negative and positive. Okay? Agreed, students?
Yes, sir.
Now let us see, graphs are always very important, students, and it is often useful to picture a sequence by sketching graph. So we have this graph. Suppose this is n and this is an. Okay? Yes? We also write it f of n also. That's the same thing, an and f of n. So sequence is a function. And so this n, I told you that this belongs to natural numbers, this n, yes? And what is another thing that I told you about? This is domain. What is this as? What
Domain.
is this n?
Domain.
Domain. And what is this an or fn? Range. What do we call
Range.
them? Range.
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 So domains and range. So domain is also a set of numbers that you input, and range is the set of numbers that you get as output. Okay? Any problems, students?
No, sir.
So
No, sir.
the graph that we are going to plot, let the sequence be 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 5, 1 by 6. Can you tell me the nth term of the sequence, friends?
1 by n.
1 by n. Very good. So first term is 1, 1 by 1, right? Second term is 1 by 2. Yes. So third term is 1 by 3, fourth term is 1 by 4, fifth term is 1 by 5, sixth term is 1 by 6. So nth term will be 1 by n.
N.
Yes. So let us plot these points. So this is a domain which is a natural numbers. So n is equal to 1 here in the first. So 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, and then 6, right? This way. So here also we'll plot. So this is, suppose I have, because you can see the maximum value is a 1. Okay, so all the values, so I need not to go beyond 1, right? So this is my 1 over here. Yes, 1. And then I can further have I can further divide it into, let's suppose 0.75, 0.5, 0.25. Okay, so I've divided 1 in 4 parts. Now let us plot the first point. N is equal to 1, so f of n or a1 is equals to 1, right? Yes, I get this point. Agreed, students? Yes. So this is something like your x and this is y. So how do we write the points? X, y. So set of all values of x is domain and set of all values of y is your range. Now plot the second point. N is equals to 2. Yes. So what is an equals to, or f of 2 equals to? A2 equals to, yes. What is it? One by 2.
Yes, sir.
तो कहाँ आएगी बेटा ये वैल्यू? ये है ना 1/2
Zero
आपका?
point five.
Yes, here. Okay, so here the points were 1 1. Here the points are 2 comma
2.5.
2 comma 1/2 or 2 comma 0.5. Yes. Now third. Yes. ये कहाँ आएगा? 1/3. So 0.333. Right? Something over here.
Yes, sir.
So that's your point. 3 comma 1/3. Now what about 4? Yes, n is equal to 4. तो an कितना होगा स्टूडेंट?
0.25.
0.25.
तो ये आपका 0.25. ओके, और ये आपका 4. तो ये पॉइंट आ गया आपका यहाँ पर 4 and
0.2.
1/4. ओके, तो नेक्स्ट पॉइंट भी आप प्लॉट कर सकते हैं. 1/5. 1/5 is your 0.20, right? So you'll get
Yes.
point somewhere over here, right? Now is our graph complete or shall we join these points? So is my graph of sequence complete or shall I join these points?
Sir, maybe joining.
Join. Okay, suppose if you join these points, then I have a point over here, suppose this point. So this is n equals to 1.5. Does this belongs to this sequence?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, because n can only be,
Natural number.
yes. So now shall we join these points or not?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, we are not going to join them. So this is the graph. It has it has dots. Okay, and terms are decreasing. You can see the terms are decreasing. As we are moving forward, the terms are decreasing. Okay, students? So have you seen this kind of graphs in which there are only dots? Yes. Have you seen this kind of graph earlier also? No?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, students, you have understood? Yes. Now let us write the domain set. What is the domain set here? You can write domain set as n only, set of natural numbers, or you can write them as x such that x belongs to n. This is another way of writing the set. लिख लें आप, कोई बात नहीं. क्या है n? It is a set of x such that x belongs to natural number. ये भी एक तरीका लिखने का. और क्या तरीका है सर? 1 2 3 4 comma and 3 dots. ये भी एक तरीका है सेट लिखने का, डोमेन लिखने का, है या नहीं? और रेंज,
Yes, sir.
और रेंज लिखने का क्या तरीका है? रेंज R, इट इज आल्सो ए सेट. कैसे लिखेंगे? ये जो nth टर्म है स्टूडेंट्स, इसको आप यहाँ ले आओ, इसको आप x लिखो या इसको आप x की जगह n लिख लेते तो भी कोई गलत नहीं होता. आप यहाँ x से क्या लिख सकते थे? n, set of all n such that n belongs to natural number. और यहाँ रेंज क्या लिख सकते हैं आप? रेंज क्या आपकी जो nth टर्म है वो आपको लिखनी होती है स्टूडेंट्स. तो रेंज क्या आपकी? 1/n such that ये n क्या है? n belongs to natural number. ओके, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कंसेप्ट यू आर लर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स. इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कंसेप्ट जो आप सीख रहे हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट कंसेप्ट है. आप जैसे जैसे मैथ्स, मैं आपको वही मैथ्स सिखा रहा हूँ जो आपको 11th और 12th में काम आने वाला है, कोई एक्स्ट्रा चीज मैं आपको नहीं सिखाऊंगा, ये ध्यान रखना। समझ रहे हैं बात को आप? तो रेंज
Yes,
क्या होगी
sir.
स्टूडेंट्स? 1, वही जो आपकी सीक्वेंस है वही तो रेंज है। 1,
1 by 2, 1 by 3,
यस,
1 by 4, 1 by 5, 1 by n.
यस यस। तो स्टूडेंट्स आप समझ गए होंगे, डोमेन जो है वो सारी जो सेट ऑफ वैल्यूज ऑफ एक्स होता है वो डोमेन होता है, और रेंज जो है वो सेट ऑफ वाई पर जो वैल्यूज होती हैं वो सारी वैल्यूज क्या होती हैं? रेंज होती हैं, वो रेंज में आती हैं। दे आर ऑल द so that's domain and range. So students, note it down.
Noted, sir.
Okay, so now just revise your work, what you have written today. Just revise your work if you have written it down. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.